Well, that main event was really good. I'm John Rectum with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Began in Hiroshima Night 1 event. I'm sorry for this review being delayed, and that's going to be the case with tomorrow's event as well, because I got a lot of work this week and next week, and I need my sleep. And I also want to apologize to anybody that has reached out, mainly on Twitter, so if you happen to be watching this, why I haven't reviewed any of the Road 2 shows, and why I'm not likely to review any of them in this year or in the future. Because even though the shows do serve a purpose, building up feuds and everything, and there are some good matches on occasion, a lot of the cards are just the same, and I don't feel the pull to review those. Nor do I feel the pull to review as much New Japan Live as I used to. That's not to say that I don't love New Japan. I still do. I love a lot of the roster. I love some of the feuds they got going, but there are certain things that kind of made me think, I really don't need to sacrifice sleep to watch this stuff when I can watch it on demand. That being said, I still hold New Japan up on a pedestal, and, I reviewed that AEW and WWE, and with working and needing sleep, I only have so much time. But I just wanted to address that right here. So let me know what you guys thought of this show in the comments, please. So, Kevin Kelly calls the action solo for a bit, and then, I'm going to be critical of some things on this show, just FYI, but there's going to be some praise. So, anyway, the opening match is a six-man tag, Yuya Uemura, Yota Tsuji, and Gabriel Kidd, Team Young Lions, versus Minoru Suzuki, El Desperado, and Kanemaru. This is all about Yuya Uemura going after Minoru Suzuki, because when you're a hot young prospect that wants to have a long career, you go after Minoru Suzuki. At least I think that's what Yuya was thinking. He wants to prove himself, and, well, he got in some shots, but then he got slap, and slap. Ow. And ended up, getting knocked out, and Minoru Suzuki got a Boston Crab, half crab on him, and that was it. Yuya had a good showing, and all three of these young lions are going to be big stars in the future. They definitely have the passion for it. But Minoru Suzuki's team had to win here, and boy, did he show up. It's like, oh, Yuya, you'll want to come for the king, you better not miss. And I didn't miss you, and, well, that's pretty much it right there. But it was an effective six-man opener. And then we have Bushi versus Master Wato with Tenzan. Wato at least dyed his hair. You got to change up his gear. I think that Wato can be effective, and he's effective in the ring. He's good in the ring. I just don't buy the look. But I didn't really care much about this feud. They did some good stuff. They did some good dives. Wato even being a bit heelish going after the mask. Bushi targeted the knee and then sent Wato into the guardrail, the barricade, with a nice dive. Wato misses a spiral tap, and then MX 1-2-3. And then Bushi's like, great show, kid, and then throws him out of the ring and throws ice on him. Cool off, let's kick some ice. Terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze impression. I do apologize. Match wasn't that bad, though. I just didn't care much about this feud. And then we have Team Chaos versus Team T-Shirt Company in New Japan. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Bullet Club. How silly of me. It's Team NWO 99. Look, it's not that Bullet Club doesn't have some talent. They do. They've had talent in every incarnation. The Bullet Club concept creatively is just bankrupt. Merchandise-wise, they are selling a lot of t-shirts, and that's their only saving grace, because the whole concept, too sweet, all that and everything, and all the same Bullet Club antics. If you like the Bullet Club, that's fucking great. I'm happy for you. I'm not knocking you guys at all. I'm not knocking any Bullet Club fans. But this is fucking stale. The NWO got stale after a couple years, and Bullet Club's been going on since 2013. Now, as long as they keep selling shirts, they're gonna, keep the concept alive, even though it's been fucking dead for a couple years. And no amount of heel turns, rebranding, whatever, championships is going to change the fact that the Bullet Club just ain't fucking working for some fans. Now, some fans. Not all fans, but some fans. And it, by the way, was Team Chaos, Okada, Yano, Goto, Yoshihashi, and Ishii versus ELP, Ishimori, Evil, Jay White, Yujiro with Gato, and Dick Togo. Oh boy, all the usual suspects. And why did they bother with tags? Why did they bother with tags? Why didn't they just say, guys, go out there, just do a bunch of stuff, everybody just throw each other in the guardrails, beat each other up, and Yano, you hit a low blow and pin Yujiro 1-2-3. Oh, wait, that's what this fucking match was. I get it. Sometimes you just need to have a fun multi-man match, and you don't need to take it too seriously, but a lot of these multi-man matches on New Japan and AEW are just messes. They're hot fucking messes. And while this wasn't necessarily offensive, they shouldn't even bother with tags, and they just basically did what they did, and it was what it was. And, yeah, so Yano gained the pin. Of course, Yujiro had to take the pin, for he is Yujiro, and he must always take the pin. Also, good on seeing Jay White back. You know what? If he's happy in New Japan, all the best to him. Honestly, all the best to him. I'm not going to get here and get critical because somebody wants to stay where they're happy. Then Evil teases facing Okada, but he's like, no. And then Okada's like, yes, you will. And then, starts beating him up and everything. And we get that match. Please drag something interesting out of Evil because we haven't seen that for months. Please, Okada, do something. The only Okada match I haven't really liked was the match he had against Chris Jericho. For Chris Jericho cannot fucking go anymore. But anyway, the match was what it was. Naito and Sonata versus Ibushi and Hanma. Hi, Hanma, you're taking the pin. And he did. Ibushi and Sonata, did some good exchanges to hype up their match for the main event of tomorrow night. But yeah, Destino pinned Hanma 1, 2, 3. Then ELP joins commentary. I'm sure ELP is a delightful individual and he is a great wrestler, but this was just a step above Gino Gambino's heel commentary, yet somehow more irritating. ELP actually being an effective wrestler and being actually really good in the ring. You could do wrestlers, being heel commentators, or you could do it like this, where it's just like he's just shouting, okay, we fucking get it. You're an asshole. It didn't really work. It didn't work here, and yes, he joined commentary to do something after the main event was done, but still. And then we get Dangerous Tekker, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi versus Guerrillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa with Jado in their corner. So Doki is there in Dangerous Tekker's corner. And it's Doki's lengthy pipe versus Jado's stick. And Doki takes said lengthy pipe and drapes it all over the throat of Jado, choking him out, repeatedly with his lengthy pipe. I'm going to keep saying this stuff because why the fuck not? Gotta have some fun here. And Tama Tonga had been messing with Taichi's head because he stole the iron fingers that Taichi got from Iizuka when Iizuka had his retirement match, and they work for Iizuka. They don't fucking work for Taichi. I'm sorry, they fucking don't. There are certain gimmicks, certain things, and certain tropes that work for certain wrestlers. This doesn't fucking work. Taichi, a motivated Taichi, is a dangerous Taichi. This was fucking silly to me. I know there's history with the whole iron fingers thing, but you know what? It doesn't speak to me. What's good for one isn't good for the other. The match was fine. By the way, this is for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Not that you'd know, considering they did a lot of silliness, because Tama Tonga brought a trash bag with a bunch of, stuff in it, like, in various bags, like, a loaf of bread, a boxing glove, and other items, and then Kanemaru had a sack, and oh no, it's, wait, what the hell is this? Kanemaru's like, trying to help out his boys, and there was a bra in there, because, oh, Japan. I wanted to care about this, and Zack Sabre Jr. is really good, and I like him and Taichi as a team, and I love Guerrillas of Destiny. They're one of my favorite tag teams. This got too silly in the beginning where it's like, okay, I just tuned out. The action did pick up later. The ref got pulled out with a surefire pinfall, Zack Mephisto. Jado shows back up after Doki had, choked him out with his lengthy pipe, and Jado, taking the pipe out, decided to have the iron fingers, and Doki got laid out with them. And then the iron fingers are in Taichi's possession, and he goes nuts. We get a melee, kendo stick, and he no-sells it. And yeah, okay, because he's got powers, because of the possessed iron fingers is fucking stupid. Iron Fingers to Tama for DQ, who sold that really goddamn well. And then he did on the ref and Gabriel Kidd. And then he tried to do it to Kanemaru because he's possessed. This is dumb. This is really dumb. Did I mention this was dumb? Anyway, you could do silliness, but this doesn't work. You could do silliness in New Japan. Yano does silliness pretty well. Hiromu does silliness. I don't know why this just didn't work for me. And maybe it works better in Japan than it translates to American audiences. I don't know. If you liked it, that's fine. Hiromu versus Show, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, big fight feel, quick start. They really laid this shit in. They did some nice power bombs, some nice submissions, some great strikes. I'm not going to get too deep into how great this match was. 30 plus minutes. This was really goddamn good, though. Please fucking watch it. If you watch nothing else on the show, watch this match. They had some good moments. They did have to get to where they slowed down a bit so they catch their breath. As great athletes as these two men are, they had to catch their breath. And then they got forearm near fall, forearm one count. Triangle choke. He calls it D. He gave Show the D. You know that Hiromu would think that, even though I don't know if the translation would work. And then Kimura by Show. We get some more clotheslines. We're over 30 minutes in. Cross-arm pile driver. And then time bomb for 2. And then time bomb 2 for 3. They gotta call it something else in time bomb 2. That's confusing. Show loses. Hiromu retains. And then ELP shows up and attacks Hiromu. Well, he tries to, but then Bushi runs in. And then Ishimori stops him. And he says, I'm sick of you trying to make me look like a fool. Okay, he wants a challenge for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. And then we're getting a possible tag title challenge also. Who the fuck knows? It wasn't a bad show. The main event was good and the aftermath made sense, but there were just some things, like I said, that New Japan's doing that I just don't fucking care for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.